When you get like a light punch or like a medium punch, and you see that counter hit or like punish counter, that you know your options that you can go for that are meterless. Because oh my god, is it save me and everyone else a lot of drive gauge. I am here with my good friend, one of the players I play with pretty often in the server, who I have recently realized that I never actually got around to coaching. So we're doing that today. I got the boy Nut in here. Feel free to say something, Nut, if you just want to say hi.
What's going on?
So yeah, we got this dude in here, and what we did today, basically, to be a little different, because I wanted to get as much information as possible, a little bit different than other times, is that we played some sets before this, so I could get as much information. Now we're going to play a quick little, I'd say, first to three, and, you know, just to show you guys the footage and stuff like that, but thankfully we have enough information beforehand to help this man out, but yeah, let's just do it. I think what we should do is, we'll play a first to three, and then we'll just get to it. I'll just start talking about all the core concepts that I want to share with you and stuff like that. So,
all right, do it.
Let's do it.
Okay with it. No.
That's a scary spot.
Yeah. Every time. Take those. It's fine. Yep. Fine.
Very nice.
There we go. It's fine.
Nice jump.
Fine. Yeah. 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 Walk up. Ah. Tragic. Still 200 actions. Take those. Ah. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough spot.
Got it.
Oh,
God.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's because how I do that cancel.
Gotcha.
Well,
What?
I don't know. Probably. I guess you're holding forward.
I was trying. Yeah, I guess so. I was trying to get 80 quickly. Just chill. Gotta chill. We go. Let's go two more. Let's go. Yeah, yeah.
Good block back. Oh. What's the wolf? No. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. There it is. Okay.
There we go. That's what I need to see more of. I'm attacking everything on purpose. Okay, nice.
Okay, okay. Yeah, still get one more. Nope.
No. Nope.
Okay. Send it. Nope. GG's.
Alright. Yeah, so let's go into training. I actually think, weirdly enough, so like, it felt like a lot of the stuff, regardless of if you took games or not, were like, definitely some good adaptations there already. I could tell that like you were, I would put you in situations where I was like, alright, I do the plus frames, I'm gonna walk up throw. In a situation like that where like I before was getting away with it a lot, you were like adjusting. So there's already adjustments there that are happening that I think the other people watching this won't get to see, but definitely there's stuff there. I think we just need to get you to realize those adjustments need to happen a little bit earlier and stuff like that. But they're there. They're definitely there. But yeah, so what I want to do is I wrote down a decent amount of stuff when we were playing that first set. For anybody watching, we played like a quick first to 10 to try to get as much information as possible. And the main few things I want to focus on to start us off were whiffing and whiff punishing. Pretty important one right here, which is I noticed a lot of the matches when you would approach, you I mean, we saw it in one of the last matches where you had me in the corner and you walked up and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go for this heavy punch, and I think you were, I don't know if you were doing super jump cancel or if you're gonna do the seismal cancel, but unfortunately it ended up whiffing and I was able to take the game. Situations like that, especially when you have someone in the corner, you have to realize how important it is that you cannot be whiffing. I think mid-screen, a lot of people can whiff and get away with it unless you're fighting like a top level player. You're not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to punish that every single time, basically. But in the corner, I mean, people are desperate, man. They will do anything to get out, and they're also looking a lot more attentively like at the options you're throwing out so they can punish you. So I think more than anything, like it's super important you have your buttons down when it comes to hitting the opponent and not whiffing mid-screen, obviously, right? But it's also a little bit more difficult because the opponent's constantly moving. But in the corner, you know where they are, and that's why it's even more important that you make sure you're not whiffing your buttons. So I would obviously practice the hell out of that. Obviously, we know, you're playing Viper. She's a brand new character, and you're new to her as well. So it's cool that you're even in Master right now. Where you're at right now, learning, because yeah, she's a difficult character, and for anybody who doesn't know, I used to play Cammy, so a little bit of a transition there, definitely different play styles. So yeah, I think that's just something that comes with time, but also when it comes to mid-screen. But corner, definitely practice. If you don't know what's a lab, definitely make sure you know where your buttons are hitting, because you do not want to be whiffing in the corner. It's very sketchy. Okay. Do you have anything to note about that? Any anything?
No, I mean, I think that makes sense. It's really just corner. I think it also goes into corner pressure from a concept.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like that also can give you an idea of what to practice. If you're like, a lot of times maybe I'm whiffing in the corner because I don't really have specific corner pressure that I'm even going for, So, that could also be an example of that maybe like you're like, oh yeah, maybe that's why I'm whiffing because I don't really have too many options I'm practicing in the corner that I'm doing anyway. So yeah, definitely a good excuse to practice some pressure that you could do.
That's definitely a button I'm trying to learn because I don't really use it that much, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Like I know in the corner it's like because like normally I try to stand maybe in the middle or a little bit forward of the timer.
Yeah.
And that one hits like right behind. Like it's a lot long. Like if you want to get to the corner real quick.
Yep.
So like normally I try to stand maybe right here or like a little bit outside your kick range. I mean that hits like right there.
Yeah. No, that's the exact range I think you want to be hitting it at. You just have to lab that. You just really got to go and you gotta walk your character back and forth and find that range and throw it out. And also, some part of it is like, yes, labbing it, but also like just using it in matches. Like I like that you attempted to throw it out in that match, even if it whiffed, because that's a use of it, and that will teach you even more. In fact, in my opinion, I learn a lot better sometimes in the moment gameplay when I'm like, oh, I know I can't let that happen again. So next time I'm in that situation, I'm gonna walk up a little bit more, and your muscle memory will come with time. So yeah.
Yeah. Especially because like I think I think this is the biggest trap button she has.
Right.
Like, to be honest with you, because I can't tell you how many times I've been whiff punished using that.
Yeah.
Or like space trap specifically.
That's fair. That's why I think heavy is a good reliable button. You want it, like you said, you weren't using it too much. I think it goes pretty far. That move's pretty insane. So I would definitely get comfortable using it because 12 frames is not really that slow either, and you can cancel it. So it's very nice to know. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is burnout, which is something I'm sure you're aware of as well. We had, I think, a lot of matches where I wanted to show the replay. We weren't able to, unfortunately. But there was a few matches I noticed where you would even have me in burnout, and you would put yourself in burnout. So I know this is something that a lot of players do. I do it myself as well sometimes. I've been noticing some of my footage as well. Whenever I'm nervous or whenever I'm in a situation I'm not familiar with, I can tend to, just want to get in, or I want to finish the game fast, and that sometimes ends up having me burning myself out. So we all do it, but you want to make sure at any point in a match, whenever you can, the way that I like to do it is maybe after a conversion or after a super, during like an interaction that like the animation is going on for a little bit, I always like to look up in my bar, my drive gauge. I use it as a reference to be like, okay, I'm in the middle of a Buster Wolf, or I'm in the middle of like a special that's going on for a little bit. Maybe I'm doing this combo. If it's something that I'm doing so much that I don't really have to think about it landing, I'll use it as an opportunity to look at my drive gauge. So always be aware of how much drive you have. You really don't want to be putting yourself in situations where you're burnt out, especially if you're close to the corner, because a lot of people, I think they're like, oh, I have this guy in the corner, so I'm gonna burn myself out because I'm right there, I'm about to take him out. In my opinion, I think it's even the worst situation you can put yourself in burnout is when you have the other guy in the corner, because all it takes is one option to just put you in there, and then boom, you're screwed. So gotta be careful. Just play it safe whenever you have the option. You have the opponent in the corner and they're in burnout, like they have to make it happen, you don't. So no need to spend any extra bar, no need to go crazy with anything, So it stops you Viper because she keeps yapping.
Yeah, she does that. She's got to call her kid.
She's got to call her kid. But yeah, I would say it's something that it's I would just say right now, obviously there's no easy quick answer right now. It's just try your best right now to be more aware of it. When you're in the middle of a match, think about how much drive gauge you have, and don't be too stressed about killing the opponent immediately. Like you said it before as well, like do not be stressed, because as long as you have that drive gauge up there, you're most likely going to be fine.
Okay.
All right. Converting damage, this is something you talked about as well. I don't feel like I see you struggling as well with this too often. I would say, I think mainly just the matches we played today, because, nerves are there, and sometimes you just have days where you're off. But yeah, I think converting damage, there was a lot of situations where you would get a hit or two and you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Or you would specifically spend drive gauge to get in the combo. I would say learning a lot more things about your character, considering, she's new. It's going to take a little bit. But things that you can do to make sure that you're converting easier and also not burning yourself out are learning a lot more meterless conversions. So for instance, make sure you learn when you get like a light punch or like a medium punch, and you see that counter hit or like punish counter, that your options that you can go for that are meterless.
Okay.
Because oh my God, is it save me and everyone else a lot of drive gauge, and also it builds drive gauge if you can learn a lot more of these meterless conversions. It also gets rid of the habit of thinking, oh, I got the hit, I gotta drive rush in, because that's a pretty rough habit to have, because I feel like that is a lot of the reason why a lot of people end up getting stuck in burnout when they don't need to be, you know?
I got you.
So, yeah, it comes with time, especially you're learning a new character, and she's also, you know, the newest character in the game, so, you know, there's not all the information is going to be out there just yet, but I would definitely watch as much Sea Viper footage as you can. Anytime you see anything that's like, oh, I haven't seen that, I didn't know I could do that, and it's like meterless, yo, learn that, pick it up right now, because that is going to save you a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Next thing I wanted to get onto about was, you talked about this as well. You're like, I don't have crosscuts. I wish I had crosscuts. Yeah, if you're struggling with crosscuts, I think because obviously I don't have the immediate answer right now when it comes to how to make her DP work, because obviously we're having a little bit of trouble with getting the DP to work. I would say it's never bad to learn jump back hits. I did this for a while when I would have people in the corner. You know what people want to do when they're trapped in the corner. All they want to do is jump out, or they want to like low forward. I find one of the best things you can do is to just jump back and press a you know, like a fast button and put them back in. I think Viper, even though light is faster, a button like medium is really strong, because sometimes you can convert off of it. So go ahead and jump out.
I don't think you can get it when you're jumping backward, but I know what you're talking about, because you can get the.
Oh no, I was talking about something else. So go in the corner. Because this is after you'll hit the ground. So you ready? Go ahead and jump.
Yep.
If you're close enough, sometimes you can. Hold on. I know Ken can do it, but something like that.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, that's like very specific timing if you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But there's stuff you can do. But yeah, I think is it forward jump that you can get like a hit into something else?
You can get that into burn kick, into a grounded OD burn kick into level 3.
Okay. So in that case, yes, you should definitely be doing this. But yes, I think forward jump. So maybe the trick is with Viper, since you know she has a different way to take advantage of it. Is honestly when this goes for anybody, but if I'm ever putting someone in the corner, I don't like to stay on them for too long. I like to make a decision. So I'll go for a mix up, right? Whatever it is, strike throw, whatever, overhead. And if that option doesn't work, then I'm not going to burn myself out and drive rush in usually. I'm going to walk back a little bit, take my space. I'll sit at this range for a little bit, see if they want to whiff something. Maybe I have an opportunity to whiff punish. But if you find that they're going to be jumping a lot, like you pick up on that habit, then you can space yourself out appropriately and you can be ready for it. And obviously a Viper, you know, when I'm playing any other character, I'm ready for it right here because I can do the jump back. You obviously can do that with Viper. We learned you can jump back hit. But if you want like a full conversion, then yeah, you can predict the jump. And like you said, you can do a jump forward and get that whole like combo off. So I would say if you're struggling with the crosscuts, then yes, that means you're probably not jumping back and hitting enough. So I would say for now that might be the easiest answer before you learn whatever the input is for, you know, cross-cutting with this DP. But,
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's always a pretty safe pick that works with any character. I just like that option because you don't need any special inputs, and it keeps you aware because it's, you know, it's a little bit out there, but nobody's gonna be ready for it. So there's no way to react. You're already in the air, you know. So the other thing I was going to go into was, I think another thing that might also help your drive gauge a little bit is to maybe play a little bit of Viper, a little bit more like maybe how a lot of people play Mai, which is to get off your level 1 pretty often. When I would play this character consistently, whenever I was, you know, I'd get off my first combo or my second combo of the game, I'm usually waiting to get my level 1 off because, you know, then you get to do her whole game plan without worrying about the drive gauge usage. Right. So I would say if you're ever burning a spot with Viper and you're doing it mid-screen, then yeah, sometimes it does mean that I think you're not getting your level 1 off enough. So you probably want to practice conversions even off of like little light jabs and stuff like that you can consistently get into level 1 so that you're constantly getting into this form. Again, everybody has a different game plan, but go ahead.
My only pushback on that is when she's in level 1, she doesn't build super meter.
That's true.
So I guess that's why I don't go into that. It's kind of a choice to build super meter instead and then build up for level 2, 3 damage combos.
That is true, but that's the reason I say that is I think Viper is that is the traditional way to play this game, right? Is to save that meter and play, you know, waiting for those situations where you can spend level 3 for, you know, like drive gauge damage to the other opponent. But Viper, I will say, I don't think this means you have to play that way every game. But I will say, her having that option. Noted. Again, it's nice to know that you can do that. So if you have a game where you're realizing that you're struggling to open them up, you know, and you really want more bar to take advantage of, you know, to like punish them, then yeah, I think there's always good rounds for that. And also, anytime you do like a level 1 conversion, you're just dealing drive gauge damage to them anyway. So I would say obviously it's not the answer, but that is a game plan I've seen a lot of Vipers play, where they're not worried about getting level 2 or 3 because they know that their mix-up game is going to be so strong once they get that level 1 activated. They're just going to stay on top of the opponent, you know, or they're just going to bait them out. So it's not, obviously, it's not end-all be-all, but it's nice knowing that, you know, if there's a game or two where you maybe want to swap it up, might be the game plan. Try it out, you know, like activate your level 1 and then you can go as crazy as you want on the opponent without having to be too scared about your drive gauge.
Okay.
Oh, this is an important one. When I'm fighting Sea Vipers in high rank, I find one of the biggest things that they're doing to punish me is baiting me out with burn kick. They'll start with going with a lot more close burn kicks and stuff like that, getting up in my face, and seeing if I can anti-air it, seeing if I can punish it, right? Then what I realize is after a while, exactly, they'll start doing like the neutral jump one or just they'll do light. That way they can see, you know, if the opponent has good enough reactions, maybe they're already buffering that DP, they're gonna whip it, and then they'll just punish me right there. And I've got hit by that plenty of times. I get hit by that constantly in Ultimate Master whenever I'm fighting Sea Vipers. In fact, sometimes that's all they do, and it works. So I think it's similar to Akuma's little demon flip mind game that he likes to play with the opponent. I think it's definitely worth practicing doing that. And yeah, I mean, it's a good way to punish people. If you pick up on the information pretty early in a match, oh wow, this guy likes to DP, or he has good reactions, like he's just reacting really fast to things, punish their reactions, you know, take advantage of their reactions and punish them for it. Because personally, that's something that I fall for constantly when I'm fighting Vipers, because I'm usually pretty quick to react with DP, so they'll take advantage of that and they'll punish me. So always know that's in the back of your, you know, just know that you have that option basically, because it's very strong. And,
Yeah,
you know,
that definitely back the quicker adaptations as well.
Yeah, and it gives you information about the opponent, right? Like, because if they're constantly buffering that DP, they're constantly, anytime they see an option come out like that they're ready to punish with a button or something like that, you know, that's a sign that someone's nervous. That's a sign that you can take advantage of a lot of things that the opponent might be pressing, and you might be able to shimmy them, you might be able to bait them out a little. So yeah, it's always useful to have little mind games and stuff like that. Last main one right here is I noticed a lot of the times when you would play, you were constantly, you were telling me specifically, how are you ready for the throw? You know, how are you ready to attack? All that is just that you didn't shimmy me. You just didn't shimmy me. So I was always ready to throw, because when you would walk up, all I'm looking for, all people do, they train their brain to see the walk up and then they throw, right? So you get used to seeing that, and you can do it anytime if you wanted to. Because, you know, throw loop's different, right? Because it's a guess loop. But like if it's mid-screen and you're just walking up, I see the walk up, I'm gonna tech. And even then you can shimmy there, but like it's a little bit more obvious, I feel like, with pressure strings, because you'll usually press a normal that's minus and then they'll walk up, so it's a little bit more obvious in my opinion. But I will say, you can't react to throws in this game, but you can react to like fake throws, you know, like someone hitting you and then walking up, but all you're reacting to is the opponent moving their character after a button. So even though I'm reacting, I will also react the same way if you walk back, because all you're waiting for is to see the opponent move their leg. So that's why shimmy's so strong. That's why I definitely would have said, I think you need to take advantage of it a bit more. Because the moment you see an opponent, let's say you were fighting me, I was teching every single throw, you go, oh, well, all I'll do is, yeah, exactly. The next time I do that exact option I just did there, I'm gonna do a shimmy instead. And then the moment you hit an opponent with a shimmy once or twice, you're already in their head. You know, that's when you can start playing around a little bit more. You can, because they have to think a bit more. They're not on that layer 1 like they were before. Now they're like, oh shit, okay, he's taking advantage of the fact that, you know, I have reactions. So yeah.
So two throw tags out of shimmy. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, once you gather the information. And it's the same thing with the burn kick bait as well. You know, a lot of stuff like that. It's doing things to gather information about your opponent, so then you can punish them. So that's a lot of the reasons you want to do options with your character, is to just gather information, right? Because it's either going to work on them, and you know, okay, that's a pretty good option. Now I'm going to cycle through something else, or I'm going to do it again. Or it doesn't work, and you go, okay, I know what they're ready for. I know what they're looking for. You know, like anything that you do should be gathering you information. You know, because you can't gather everything just from watching the opponent walk back and forth and just seeing what they're doing, right? Like a lot of it is going to be defense, which comes from what you're presenting to them. So yeah, I would say overall right now, like you said before we started, a lot of the stuff you felt like you needed to practice was like fundamental stuff. I think that's fair, you know, like getting practice with understanding when people are going to when they're going to jump over you, and finding options to cross-cut them or to jump back and hit them in the air. Getting a little bit more confident with your buttons and not whiffing them as much as you're doing right now, because you know, that can kill you, as we saw. It takes you out pretty quick. And then, yeah, a lot of the other stuff just goes into being a little bit more confident, you know, like converting more damage, being a little bit more knowledgeable with your character. You know, it's just all stuff that comes with time. So best advice I have right now is just, whenever you feel like you're not doing anything and you want to learn a little bit, maybe you don't have time to play the game, but you got time to chill. Maybe watch some footage, watch some Sea Viper footage, and if you pick up on anything that you don't know about, write it down, save it, clip it, bring it back for later, and once you have like a list of like 5 or 6 things, go into the lab and just chill for like an hour and just put it together.
Gotcha. Okay, I understood. And maybe I'm overthinking it too. I think I need to like develop a better flow chart in order to gather that information, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Like maybe not when I'm playing, like just when I'm playing random people in rank that I've never played before. So.
Well, a lot of it comes from watching after the fact too, right? Because you're not gonna immediately be able to just know what you're looking for, right? It's different with every character. It's different with every player. So the way that I find that makes it a little bit easier as well is after the match, if I felt like I was lost, I was like, man, what did that guy do right? What did I do wrong? Like, if you ever have matches like that, we all have matches like that. Watch the replay before you get into another match, because it makes it a lot more obvious. When you're not playing the actual character and you don't actually have the nerves, you can just watch everything that's happening, and it makes it so much easier to just be like, oh, that's what I was doing wrong. That's what I was, A lot of times the answers are as simple as just, oh, I didn't whiff him there, or hey, I whiffed too much, or hey, I burned myself out. A lot of times the answers are just that simple. You just didn't realize it in the moment. So just being aware. A lot of times the way that you can build up that too, of doing it in a match and being aware, is kind of like talking out loud. My coach recently was telling me one of the most important things you can do is like in a match, you can, after an interaction that you liked or you didn't like, you can say what you think about it. Like, oh, I like that I didn't do that, or I like that, or I don't like that I did that. So that way it's fresh in your brain. Don't do that again, or hey, that's working. So be aware. Tell yourself, out loud, like, oh, good job. And you were already doing it when you're fighting me, right? You were going, oh, nice, or oh, hey, I didn't mean to do that. Now what you need to do is just do that when you're playing by yourself as well. And you might come off like a crazy person, but if you're, your cats, they might stare at you weird or whatever. But hey, it's gonna teach you the game, so it's okay.
As long as I give them food, they're cool.
They're chilling. They don't care. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's a lot of. It's actually, honestly, you're in such a good spot right now where it's just a lot of like, little small stuff that you just gotta lock in on, and once you like get a little bit more confident with each one of these things, just like one level above where you are now, you'll be flying above 1400. Really, that's all it is, genuinely.
Oh yeah, no, I've said that out loud. Like I really do think I'm like a couple small adjustments from getting to like even 16, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I want it.
You definitely will. You will get it very soon, I'm sure, because they're all things that you need to work on right now. That like once you make a few small adjustments, you're gonna realize how big of a difference it makes. Once you stop burning yourself out as much, once you get a little bit more confident with the defense and you stop whipping those buttons quite as much, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this game is so much easier. It's gonna come to you, I swear to God. So yeah. Yeah,
like I said, a lot of it too was when we played our first to 10. I know I was trying to kind of like just going back because I watched that one video you had of your with your coach, and I was like, how is he like? Because he plays Cammy, and I was like, how is he jumping in on you? Like I've played you, how many times you DP me every time. I was like, there's something he's doing in order to lock you to where he's getting jump ins off on you, and I think you said in the video like I couldn't pick up on your movement patterns, so like I think probably like game maybe 5 or 6, like I realized I was whiffing too many, but like I was basically just wiggling outside of your range and then whiffing a button, so I was just trying to kind of like change my movement patterns a little bit, and it worked for a game or two, and then of course you adjusted. But
so that's fair, because like that is one of the things I would definitely say why he was getting me. The other big thing was nerves. It was literally just you fight someone that you're scared of, that you think is gonna like beat you, and you feel like you have to prove something to them, like I can beat you, I can do better. Yeah, man, you're gonna be nerved. Whatever it is that gives you nerves is gonna do it, because that was a big thing for me, is being like I wanna beat him, but I'm scared. I don't know when he's gonna do it. So like part of it was he's unpredictable with his movement. He's sketching me out, but it's also like I feel like I have good enough reactions. But nerves can stop you from doing anything. So that's why that was one of my biggest habits I realized I had to break out of, was being nervous, was trying to I was overthinking every game, of being like I have to do this, I have to do that. When it's like, dude, just play out the game, just relax. This stuff is all gonna come with time. It's all muscle memory. It's pattern recognition. So you just gotta keep playing, but you can't just be playing. The rule of thumb is like you gotta keep playing the game, but just be aware after your match what you did, what you did right, what you did wrong. That's it. That's really all it is. Just keep doing that. Don't play matches and just move on and not think about it. Like, you should be thinking about it. You don't have to stress about it. Don't have to overthink it. Just be aware of the simple things. But yeah,
it's just feelings that's all in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll definitely get there yourself, I'm sure of it. You just gotta keep picking up on stuff as you go. But yeah, that's
Sure.
basically it for this one.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna probably end this recording here because yeah, I feel like we got a decent amount done here.
Yeah, cool.
So.
Perfect. Yeah,
Hope
no,
that
I
helped
liked
you
it.
out.
Oh no, it certainly did. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Anytime. Next time, you know, if you want, if you ever have questions or anything, you got like questions about like the things specifically we talked about, or just questions about anything in general, you know, obviously you send them in the chat, and we'll continue the coaching as it goes. So yeah.
Yeah. Since I've already got you on here, would you be willing to watch like just one of my random rank replays from today?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sweet. We don't have to stream, or like, or you know.
Yeah, you wanna? If you, the easiest way to do it is probably just to stream it to my.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, perfect.
Share your screen, Street Fighter, and I'm just gonna CFN because it's crazy that this is the best fighting game UI.
Yeah, right.
And it's still garbage.
It still sucks. Yeah, there's no good fighting game UI. It doesn't exist.
No. So, why doesn't it show wins losses anymore? That's weird.
You must have turned that off because you can definitely. Yeah, it says hide show results at the bottom.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Check that out. All right, we'll just do this last one.
Sounds good.
And I had played this guy earlier today, so I was slightly aware of his habits. But
okay, sounds good. Okay, 1400 Ryu.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Testing out the size and all there. Bone kick was good. Plus frames. Take advantage of it. All right, you know now that he's going to try to jump back. And you saw that it wasn't a counter hit when you did that, so that means he was trying to jump back or backdash, so. Maybe not a masher, but maybe he's trying to get out quick. Oh, he mashed there.
Yeah.
What's he going for? He drops the combo. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay.
And I start looking for that now because I was like, oh yeah, that's this guy.
Yeah, that's one of those things, like, you can't be stressed. Can you pause really quick? You can't be super stressed about options like that before they even happen. Like, you can't, like, just think in the back of your head, like, oh, I'm waiting for stuff like this. Like, nah, I feel like you can't be stressing. Your mental stat can't be too crazy. So the best way to go into a match is just, like, you don't have to think about those options as much until they happen. Once they happen, then you know it's in your head.
Well, so again, I played a set against this specific person earlier this morning.
Oh, so he did that to you earlier too.
Yeah, he did that 2 or 3 times in that set. So like when he did that again, I was like, oh yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah. That's exactly when you gotta pick up on it after that happens.
Yeah. So then when he did that again, and I'm pretty sure I catch him the next time.
Okay, good. You can keep going.
Oh god, well, whoops.
You're fine.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I won the round.
All right, look for it's nice burn kick. You didn't punish anything there. Yeah, that's classic.
That's a ground. It's not punishable.
Right.
It's -3.
Oh, okay. Well, more what I meant was he didn't like take his turn back. You know, like he didn't.
Oh yeah.
He
I
just kind of sat there. Okay, nice.
I want to say I've seen this guy reversal a couple times, so that's what I'm trying to catch. It's just a fucked up burn kick. Yeah, just. Yeah, goof that up a little bit, but whatever.
It's okay. All right, we're spending here, but you're spending it as an investment because you're like, all right, I'm about to take him out. All right, this is perfect. Is this kill?
I think I think I fucked this round up.
Was the internet bad?
Nah, I just fucked it up.
All right, then, yeah, we definitely gotta be live in those combos.
Yeah, no, I've got it. That's an easy one. I think I just fucked up the super input.
Okay. I was gonna say like whatever like your kills are, like you should never be dropping those.
Watch this.
Oh, nice. I was actually going to say that earlier with some of our matches. One of the things I noticed is that, you were able to get the burn kick reaction on a fireball and punish. Like, I mean, that's...
honestly, that actually wasn't even a reaction. I was just... Because, okay, specifically that OD one is +3, so I was just trying to get in.
Okay, that's fair. Well, yeah, I mean, you saw right there. I mean, it's similar to Terry's crack shoot from what I believe, where it's not something you just see the fireball and do it, but, like, if you bait it out, like, if you're aware that it's coming, it's less of, like, a reaction and more of, like, a prediction, then, yeah, you can definitely get away with doing that when someone has fireball. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you have a similar move like that you've used previously. So, yeah, it's definitely worth knowing you can do stuff like that. Because every once in a while, when I pick up on somebody's fireball pattern with Terry, I don't need to, perfect parry. I'm just going to crack shoot it. Because I know when they're going to fireball, you know? So, stuff like that is worth knowing. You always want to find more ways to get in. You know, obviously, like, the easiest, safest way is to walk forward and parry. But, like, you know, sometimes that fireball game is just too strong, you know? Find what their pattern is. If they're spamming it, you always are going to have options to get in. So either it's jump or it's something safer like burn kick.
That specific option, just I played him out. It just didn't seem like he knew like all the. I don't think he knew the Viper matchup enough. Right. So I figured if I get in on the play, he's not going to know that's plus.
For sure.
But so hey, I was just like it did, but I was like just get in, take some plus frames, and go for it. So
exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, and stuff like that can teach you information as well. Like you saw that, you're like, huh, that's interesting. I guess I can take that information next time and I can throw out that option, and sometimes it might even beat the fireball. So yeah, definitely worth knowing.
Not afraid of any Terrys.
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, this is what I was saying earlier about Giles. Like this is the guy I played earlier.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, we can watch those or something next time.
I don't. There's no point.
Okay, never mind. Well, I was gonna say like next session. We don't have to watch. Saying next session we can focus more on watching replays. I think that's the move.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, and like I said, I think that'd be a cool follow-up. Is just watch, ring plays.
Yeah, but yeah, I think
this guy's pretty good.
I'll end it there for now for this recording at least. Like, but yeah, I hopefully we helped you out there. The first one I always just like to get like at least like a rundown of all the different things that I think you need to work on. A lot of times they're really simple things that you're like, I know, but it's just worth, I think, knowing all the things that I notice, and then we can go from there, from the next time, be like, all right, what have you been, because then I can say what I think specifically you've been improving on, when I watch your replay, like, oh, you're doing that better, you're doing that better, so, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for this first one. I hope this one helped you out. Oh, I appreciate it. I hope this one helped you out, and I hope anyone watching this, it helped you guys out as well. This one should be coming out pretty soon, but yeah, that's going to be it, so peace out, everybody.